too much. Or a little bit more, come on. Tiny, and at the back, I can see you. I can see, thank you. Don't. But a little tiny bit more. No. Come on, all right. Point that at me, Ali. I need it for a thing. Don't worry about that. It's fine. What's that fucking smell? I don't want to know what happened. Was it you? All right. We'll just keep it in. If you can, it's lovely to see the hen night here tonight. Which one is? Possibly all of you. You don't know. You don't care. We're just going to have fun. Fuck it. We just put on hen nights and pretend we're getting married. It really is the easiest way to get fucked and in every way. Like that. Wow. I mean, I've done it. We've all done it. Maybe we could all do it tomorrow. If we get on. I don't know, Ali. I don't know. I don't want to overstep my boundaries here. It's wonderful to see you all. You all look wonderful. There's a wonderful gang. So look at you, little fish. Look at this wonderful little fish down here swimming around in her bowl. I love that. Auntie got you at the fair, didn't she, darling? Do you know what I mean by that? Because I don't. I love it. Fuck off, I love it. Look at those eyes. Oh, crap. Show the crowd. Show them around. Turn around. Come on, darling. Show them around. Look at those eyes. Look at those eyes. Look at those eyes. Such dead eyes. Nothing in her head. No, oi, it's a compliment. Don't you dare. She's young. She's fresh. She's innocent. I love that. Love that. Don't you dare go thinking. Love that. You act, you react. What's your name, fish? Jess. Oh, fuck off. I love it. Jess with a Y? No, sorry, I'm thick, all right? Forgive me. I love that, Jess. And where are you from, darling? Is it an ethnic place? I love ethnic. Where?
Brighton.
No. Oh, here. Oh, fuck. Oh, that's lovely. That's really fun and silly, and you love hanging around markets. Great to meet you, fish. Who else do we have? What other lovely chums do we have? We've got a happy rabbit down here on the front row. Happy rabbit absolutely covered his arms in filth over the years. I love that. Fuck it. He's addicted. He can't stop. Too late now. Hasn't got the money to take it off. Oh well, but it looks good. I mean, it looks good, but no, it's so good. Oi, don't you dare. Wonderful stuff. You're a happy rabbit sat there. Is this your lady? Yes. Oh, fuck off. A wonderful, absolutely match made in heaven or somewhere. Wonderful stuff. You remind me a bit of my 8th husband, Sir Peter Runway. He couldn't keep in his pants either. You've got that look about you, you know, like you want to just fire off at anything. I love that. He couldn't keep his pants either. He was a flasher. That's how we met. And of course, sadly, what killed him in the end. Not going to be a problem tonight, is it, darling? Keeping in your pants. You're sure? I mean, only doing about 20 minutes. You're sure? Well, you've got a friend to keep you company near it. No, you laugh, darling. You laugh. But the amount of times I've had to cut short a much ado. It's a play. Just to tell someone on the front row to put their willy away. Well, it's twice. It's 2 times. Both times with my 8th husband. Sadly, he was playing Mercutio. Not even the right play. Anyway, wonderful to meet you. What's your name, Rabbit? What's that?
Tony.
Oh, fuck off, that's fun. Tony. Just Tony. 4 letters, it'll do. You know what I mean? He came out and they went, just call it Tony. That'll do. Short for?
Tony. Anthony.
No. I love that. I love that, madam. And where are you from?
Brighton.
From Brighton. Yeah. And before that?
Brighton.
Just Brighton?
Yeah.
Brighton. And before that?
No.
Now we're getting into the mystery. We don't know. That's the point. We don't know. Maybe tonight we'll find out. So likely in a 10-minute comedy skit. But you know, the mysteries are out there. Let's see what happens. You don't know fish. You don't know anything. Fish, rabbit, wonderful gang. Crazy fox at the back there. Gorgeous. Oh fuck, little wave. Gorgeous crazy fox. Gorge, if I was 10 years younger, I'd tear off those clothes and, I don't know, sell them on eBay or something. I was selling a lot of clothes on eBay 10 years ago, none of them my own. I got in a lot of trouble. Don't let me do it tonight, Rabbit. What's your name, Fox?
Lou.
Oh, fuck off, that's fun. Lou?
Lou.
L?
Oh, you.
Leave it there. Yeah. So, I love that. So the fox and the rabbit and the rabbit, the fish, the fox. Oh, I see you, snake. Yes, you. Slippery, yes, you at the back. Clever little snake. The critic. The wise guy. Oh, seen it all before. There's always a snake. There's always a lovely little fish and a rabbit and a sort of yak thing. And then there's the snake. What's your name, Snake?
Martin.
Anyway, darlings, it's lovely tonight. It really is. What's that, my love? Who am I? Rude. I'm Anna Mann, greatest actress of her generation. There's a quote I would love to hear.
Greatest actress.
Thank you, Ali. No, I've been in everything, darlings, and I've been cut from everything. I was in the original production, sort of the read-through. Of The Lion King. Have you seen that? You've seen this production. I was set to play the elephant's fanny. They had to take it out. It was, at the end of the day, a children's show. And then, of course, what else have I been in? I've been in, if I say Who's for Turkish Delight? Little ripple at the back there. Little ripple of recognition. Anyone? Channel 4, 1992, 3 a.m. Who's for Turkish Delight? Turkish Delight, Turkish Delight. I am. Whole thing was Turkish Delight. Costumes, sets, actors. Never done before. Or since. It was terrible. I loved it. I loved every second of it. Really. I lived to perform. And of course, the very famous film, I know that's why you're here tonight, Rabbit. The very famous film I was in, originally, actually started out live. Not many people know this. You can Wikipedia. It started out live. I don't know the internet, alright? Forgive me. It started out live as a little thing called Dead Island. That was the original title. This will surprise you, Rabbit. Dead Island. Then they changed it to Island of the Dead, because this does happen. Have you ever tried acting fish? Started as Dead Island, then it became Island of the Dead. Then they changed it to Everyone on This Island is Dead. Then it became I'm Dead of You, let's get off the island. Until finally they settled on Zulu. I appeared, obviously I was cut in the end, but you know, I appeared in Zulu with a wonderful man, a wonderful actor called Drunk Old Freddie Basden. Little ripple of recognition at the back there. We've heard of him before. A wonderful man, Drunk Old Freddie, real hellraiser. You know, forget Oliver Reed, you've heard of him? Forget him, forget Peter O'Toole. Basden. Drunk old Freddie. When we were filming, he'd be, as soon as we finished filming, bang, out the door. You know what it's like, living with him. Bang, out the door, off his face. Yes, every night. As soon as we finished, off his face on this stuff. Yeah, we've had a drink, it's all right. This stuff, yeah, this. Yeah, maybe, couple of us. This. We never knew what that was. But it got him very high. And he'd be out every night, you know, just fucking everything. Groping the women, fighting the men, you know, groping the women, fighting the men, groping the men, fighting the women. He didn't care. He'd do anything. Once I saw him fuck a lamppost. He lived life, you know, he took it, and it was the 70s, so it was fine. But the wonderful thing about Fred, okay, you don't get this, bless your fish, you don't get this with you anymore, the young actors, the young actresses, you don't get this anymore. The thing about Fred, no matter what he'd had to drink or snort, yes, he would snort anything. I once saw him snort a man. I mean, that was how mad he was. You know, he'd do it. Fuck it. Dare me, Anna. Dare me to snort a man. All right, do it. Gone. Gone. Horrible. Horrible. Wonderful little actor called Freddie Flowers, who's not with us anymore. Well, gone, you know. And I do think horrible, really, you know, and a lot of that happened, no, you laugh, but a lot of that happened back in the day, and it's all coming out now, of course. How many men just got fucking snorted? It's really horrible, you know, and in the day, you know, you'd see it happen, but you sort of think, well, it's probably all right. You know. I don't know enough, you know, now we're like, oh God, I can't believe all that was going on, you know. You'd be like, oh God, you know, a man got slaughtered in front, I don't know, should I? Probably someone will say something, but no one did, and that was what happened. So many men were slaughtered. No, but Fred, wonderful actor, real passion for everything, for life. He'd turn up the next day, no matter what he'd had to drink or snort or probe, there he'd be, 8 o'clock, which was too early, we didn't start till 10. But there he'd be on the studio floor, right? You don't get this with you, bless you, you don't get this with the young actors. There he'd be on the studio floor, full costume, never his own. There he'd be. And as soon as that little red light came on, okay, you don't get this anymore. As soon as the director said action, as soon as the cameras started rolling, every time, without fail, no matter what he'd been up to, no matter how pissed he was or how late it was, every time, without fail, as soon as the cameras started going, every time, he'd shit himself. And it was really thick black ooh, real 70s poo. You don't get it. You remember it. You remember what it was like. It was grim. You remember Rabbit, you bloody dirty little thing. Just flooding all over the studio floor, you know, and a real thick stench to it, get right up your nose. And really get you know, and I'd throw up, it was that bad. And I'm sorry for this, we'd all been throwing up, you know, because the throwing up would make other people throw up, till everyone was throwing up and we'd slip up, you know, we'd all be rolling around in shit and sick. I mean, it was the 70s, you know. That's what we did, you know, we'd just be rolling around in shit and sick for hours. This happened about 8 or 9 times. So seriously, I go home and have to bathe for up to 3 hours a day just to get the stench out. My husband at the time, wonderful man called John Smells, not related, that fact. Wonderful man, we split up for the 4th time. And I got very down. I got a real complex about my body. And it wasn't until years later I bumped into him at a sort of cheese and sex party. We were chatting about this and that, you know, blowjobs, camembert. And he explained it wasn't, you know, he didn't split up with me because I was ugly, it was because I stunk of shit. So never assume. But no, this Freddie, I mean, this stench was horrific, it really was, and we were all rolling around in it. And it happened about 8 or 9 times till someone, the producer, took Fred to one side and he said, Fred, it's got to stop. I'm sorry, but it's got to stop. You know, we love you, you're visceral, you're real. Your acting choices are incredibly brave. But you are shitting all over the stage. There you go. I think we've been in a similar situation. Laugh of recognition there. So that's a bit about Fred. And of course I worked with the wonderful Silly Billy Crilly. Do you remember him? Little ripple over there. Where's the jam? You remember that? Anyone? Where's the jam? Even Snake. Where's the jam? Little fella, tiny fella, child star. Where's the jam? Said that over 500 films. Really popular. You don't remember. You were too young. It was really popular. Westerns, sci-fi, just pop up. Where's the jam? Didn't make any sense. Didn't make any sense. Very funny, very silly, very tiresome, very quickly. Kubrick wanted him for Spartacus. I'm Spartacus. Where's the jam? You know, glad they cut it. It wouldn't have worked. You know, the thing about Fred was they wanted him to... Okay, I'm sorry if I cry now, but the thing about Silly Billy Crilly, they didn't want him to grow up. Okay? He was worth too much as a child star. You know, Judy Garland, you know what this story is. So they give him these pills to make him a little bit smaller. Don't. If you go, I will. Make him a little bit smaller. A little bit smaller, till he just became about the size of my thigh. And one day, during one of Fred's eruptions, you know, there was a real stampede to get out, and sadly, Sylvia Krill, no more. Where's the jam? You it's all over my shoe. In a sense, that's what Fred said, which I thought was a little galling, considering he'd started the stampede. And also, it was quite a mean thing to say about your friend, but I've got to be honest, I did laugh. Because Fred was just funny. Apart from when he was shitting himself. And even that had a ring to it. But no, I think, so recently I'd like to talk a bit about my work as an activist. I've done ages, haven't I? But I'll just keep going, doesn't matter. I don't even know where we are, we're just in a sort of portaloo somewhere. Must have been space. We could open the door and be in space. We don't know. I mean, we're not, we're in Brighton. You don't know, and that's the mystery, Rabbit. That's what I was trying to get at earlier. Your mind just isn't evolved enough. I don't mean that, I mean that as a compliment. Actors, we don't think, we act, right? We're thick. We love it. I'd like to talk briefly about my work as an activist. I've appeared in a lot of political works, often controversial, rarely attended. They've been described as incredibly relevant, achingly important, and obnoxiously long. The time. If I say to catch a Tory, anyone? Where we released a Tory into the crowd, and the audience were encouraged to catch him, and really give him what for. They're powerful peeps. Lost a lot of Tories. And then, of course, Penny for a Pound, where I could give the audience a penny and they would give me a pound, really, most I've ever made. And, of course, Boo-Blues. Has anyone seen Boo-Blues? No? You've never seen... Oh, Rabbit, you would have rapped Boo-Blues. It's wonderful. You've seen Calendar Girls. You've heard of it anyway. You know that, with Helen Mirren? She plays an old lady, and all the old ladies take their clothes off for charity. It's a very moving piece. It's for a calendar, it's very lovely, it's very visceral, it's very real. Boo-Blues is like that, but with no plot or characters. It's just lots of old women bouncing around naked. It's really good fun. Boo-Blues, Boo-Blues. I love the boobs are loose. Really good. Really good fun. If you get a chance, go. Honestly, it's that good. It's that good. My best friend Sue Clinch was in it. She was great. She really was. Terrible actress, wonderful tits. But no. I like to talk tonight about a very important piece I was in. It was called No More War, Please. Back in 1982 with my late husband John Smelsy. I know the please was perhaps a little polite, but that was John as a writer. He was very polite. We did a lot of plays back then. Down with Thatcher, please. I am what I am, if that's okay with you. And of course, end apartheid, if at all possible. But no more war, please. That was our opus. We performed it at the Tittery Wop at Chiswick. An audience of over 7 people, but not quite 8, for reasons best left unsaid. Crammed themselves in to catch sight of this wannabe messiah at the time. So I perform my piece, I slop off stage, drenched in sweat, none of it my own. And there he is, John Smelsy, my husband, my lover, my muse, my muesli, my Cocoa Pops, my friend. Was I good, John, I say? Anna, you were magnificent. And then he died. Instantly. He was a writer. Writing is dangerous. It is. It is. You could say it was more dangerous than cancer, and you'd be wrong. But as he fell to the floor, he looked at me and he said, Anna, did we do it? Did we stop the fascists? Yes, my darling, we did it. Our play stopped those fascists forever. And then his brain left his body, his mind, not his brain, it wasn't that horrible. His mind left his body to sit with the gods, Jesus, Buddha, Ramadan, all the others. And then he died. And we did stop the fascists, I like to think, back then. I like to think we brought down the Thatcher government. I don't think it's hyperbolic of me to say that, mainly because I don't know what hyperbolic means. But no, we stopped those fascists forever. So, Brighton, what the fuck has happened? John and I made it very clear in my little play we weren't going to be silly little racists anymore. What do we have? We have Trump, we have the alt-right, right? War is everywhere, coffee is incredibly pricey. I need 17 just to get up, it's costing me hundreds of pounds. Climate change, the fascists say it's not even real, look around you, I'm boiling. Julian Assange, I don't know what that is. And then worst of all, my yoga teacher bars me for snoring. That's where I knew the fascists had really got in. It's a real problem. And that's what I've been doing. I've been touring my show, How We Stop the Fascists. I'll do a little bit from you. We ask a lot of questions in the show. Questions are very important, okay? Is this a fair society? Yeah? Is it possible to eat loads and still lose weight? I've got a ticket to the Sea Life Centre. It expired last month and I really want to come in. Please, I long to see a manta ray. These are the kinds of questions the fascists don't want to hear. So I'm going to be asking a couple of questions from the show tonight. Some of them may shock you, some of them may be controversial. Some of you may be offended, and that's fine if you're offended. It doesn't matter. Just stick your hand up, we'll stop the show, turn the lights on, we'll give everyone their money back. So we're only going to ask a couple, because obviously we don't have much time. The big question, is Grandma a fascist? Yes, we say at the front. Well, hear me out for a second. I know you're ready to bludgeon her to death. But in all seriousness, we've noticed this horrible divide, between the young and the old. Sorry, I can't see age. I'm age blind, and it's really caused a problem. It's really horrible. I consider myself to be very young, if not in age. Mum is well old. I'm not going to go in our history together. She was a horrible woman, ruled the house with an iron fist and a gammy leg. My dad, lovely chap, very small chap, really tiny, barely visible to the naked eye. Very creative, played the guitar like no one else, played it like flute, it sounded terrible. But anyway, Mum and Dad, there they were. And Mum was awful, she really was. I'm not going to go into it. You may have read the autobiography, Mummy Won't Buy Me a Horse. And then, of course, the sequel, Mummy did buy me a horse, but then she shot it. Suffice it to say, she's awful. I used to think she was bipolar, but I've decided she's just polar. She's just horrible. And yet Mummy is still allowed to vote. Now, this is a real problem with democracy. Mad old bigots being allowed to vote. Now, bear with me on this. I said it would be controversial. Now, I think that generation were actually very spoiled. I do. I know they say, oh, but we had outside toilets and you've got the pill and cheese strings. The truth is, they do that. They had everything that you, the young people, bless you, you are the future. Everything you no longer have. A proper NHS. A proper welfare state, a job for life, a house, imagine that, my darling, stairs. They had it all, and they squandered it on bingo and lean-to conservatories. Now they're getting old, their bits are dropping off. Yes. And they are very pissed off about it, so they want to take as many of you with them as they can. That's the only explanation. So my advice, my darlings, go home. Right, not now, after the show. Talk to the old people. Listen to them, right? Really hear this. For once in your life, listen. Right? Hear what they've got to say. Hear their stories. Hear why they're behaving like this. Really listen. And then when they're asleep, just pop a pillow over their faces. Whatever you do, don't let them vote again. He laughs. I just suggested genocide, and he laughed. I think we've found the fascist in the room. You see what I did? It was actually very clever. Don't look back. Don't try and work it out, but it was actually very clever. So yes, no, don't kill all the old people. We need them for sewing. Cut to the end of the show. How do we stop the fascists? Well, the truth is, I don't know. I don't know fish, and to be honest, I'm surprised if you thought I did. I'm an actress, for fuck's sake. We're some of the thickest people on the planet. I remember David Suchet had to do an extra year at RADA just to learn how to open a door. That's how thick we are. what I found when I was doing my show, I toured Britain just hearing all the stories of the people, you know. And what I found, all the people that I met, all the real, normal, boring, average people, they were all proper tools. But they were all different and special in their own way. And I think they just wanted to matter. I think that's all we want, to matter. You know? And if you tell a group of people for long enough they don't matter, is it any surprise when they follow the first idiot who tells them that they does? Dude. I don't know what the grammar is there. Dude. It's dude who tells them that they do. Like the time I followed my 12th husband, director Peter, Frank, Stephen, I don't remember, onto the set of A Midsummer Night's Dream play. It was a northern version called Dream. I played Titania, thank you. It was set in a mine, obviously. And he convinced me to wear a headdress that was, well, essentially a live owl. Ripped my head to bits, Rabbit. I almost lost an eye. But I did it because he told me I mattered. Okay? The director, not my owl. The truth is we don't matter. None of us matter. We don't. Well, I know you think you do, but you don't. You're just a speck of light floating around. Even the best of us don't matter. The universe doesn't know you're here. We have to make each other matter. We have to renounce our hatred. It's the only weapon the fascists have. What's the opposite of hatred, Rabbit?
Love.
Yoga. Do yoga every day. It's the only way, my darlings. It really is. Well, thank you so much, my darlings. I hope you've had fun. I hope you've had fun. Now, I'd like to leave you with this thought. What's the most important thing in the world? Spontaneity. What is it?
Spontaneity.
Yes, thank you. Spontaneity, spontaneity, spontaneity. Rabbit, try something spontaneous. What? Yeah, it's really fun. Love that. It's fun. Try something good. Wow! Wonderful stuff. Snake, go. But, I think it's just... No. In all seriousness, you must keep your spontaneity. It's so important. You know, scientists have worked out without water we can last, what, 3 or 4 weeks? Without... I don't know, I'm not a scientist, I don't pretend to be, except in Einstein the musical. Remember that? Sing along. E equals MC square. If only me equaled the one he cared for. Dead for, he's got a lot of white hair for me. Einstein, isn't he so Feinstein? We used to do a Einstein smells of summer Feinstein. Don't get so quizzical, let's get quantum physical. Einstein. Thank you. I didn't get the part. No, but it's so important. It really is. Spontaneity, you know? And if I go away from here and someone comes up to me and go, have you heard what's happened to rabbit and fish and the yak thing and even you, Snake? Have you heard what's happened? Oh no, what's happened? Oh, it's the worst thing. No, shut up! What's happened, Hoult? What's happened to them? Have they been raped and murdered by a Moroccan priest half mad on hashish? No, it's a little worse than that. You don't mean, yes, they've lost their spontaneity. It's the worst thing. If that happens, Earth, open up and swallow me in your molten minge. I think that's Lady Macbeth. We'll leave it there. Thank you so much, my darling. I love you.
Thank you, darling. For now.
Brilliant, mate. Well done.
Excellent.